you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
We are now in our Cop Chat segment here on WEFM's Activated Mornings. And this morning for Cop Chat, we are in part 4 of the Unsung Heroes of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. And this time we are speaking with those in the police headquarters and Human Resource Department. In studio with us, we have Mr. Jeroy Peters, who is a corporal of police at the police headquarters, and Mrs. Tamika Simmons Spence, who is police constable in the Human Resource Department. Good morning, officers. Welcome to Officer Peters and welcome back to Officer Spence.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Why your face looking like that, Spence?
How are y'all doing? Yeah.
Good for the time.
All right. So speaking to the mic just a little bit more.
Good for the time.
Okay. All right. So you could go right ahead and introduce yourselves a bit, right? I know Dianna mentioned your name and your rank, but whatever else more that you can add to it.
Okay. Well, basically, she mentioned everything. I am attached to the police headquarters. My name is Jeroy Peters, corporal of police.
How long have you been an officer?
November coming will be 8 years.
8 years. Okay. And how long have you been at police headquarters?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. So you had other.
CID.
Okay. All right. So see, there was more to it than that, right? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Good morning to everyone under the sound of my voice. As mentioned, I am Tamika Simmons Spence. I am police constable number 395, and I'm attached to the Human Resource and Planning Department.
Okay. And how long have you been an officer?
Okay, so November 2nd this year would be 18 years service for me.
Okay. And you were always attached to.
No, I was attached to the SVG Coast Guard prior.
Ah, okay. Interesting transition. Okay. All right.
So tell us about your departments. You are with police headquarters. For those who are not sure what those duties entail.
Right. We at the police headquarters, I would say that we are the central nervous system of the police force. Because we deal with all the administrative work. We have a account staff that deal with the finance. We deal with police records, police report. If you want to host an event, you apply through the police headquarters, through the commissioner's name, and that is it. That is basically it.
Okay. So in a sense, you interface more with the public when there are things that the public needs in terms of the records and permission to be granted, etc. So you more interface with the public.
Yes.
Okay. And you interface more with the police. So tell us what happens at HR.
Well, we interact with the public as well too,
Okay.
because we're responsible for the application process. The first step where you come and you ask your questions about applications, you get your application forms and so on. Any questions that you are interested in, you come to us. So we process applications. That's front desk, straightforward.
Okay. And what else does HR do then?
Well, we we upkeep personal files, and we offer advice and so on to persons who have like internal issues.
Okay. Or persons who have personal issues.
Like in terms of their vacation and so on. We answer those sort of questions.
Oh, okay. Do you also who does the recommendation for training though? Where does that come from?
I mean, like for the persons to go to training school.
Yes. Well, no, not so much training school, but let's say regional, international training, or maybe even local to some extent, where for police officers to upskill, where do they get that training, or who recommends that for them?
Well, your head of department would decide who is suitable for whatever course that is being offered. And then they will send that through the executive officer.
Okay, so but does the information come to you first and then you disseminate to the heads of departments?
Not all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes it depends on what is being done.
Okay. All right.
So HR, you would deal with if persons have grievances against police officers, your department would deal with no?
That's public relations.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, there's a department called public relations. Yes, if you have a grievance against the police, you would go to them to get redress or to launch your report, and they would advise you further.
So police officers would come to you with their grievances. Is that how it works? For your human resource department, what sort of things do you do for the officers? If you could answer that.
Okay.
For example, if an officer has an issue with another officer, or he has an issue with somebody of a higher rank, do they come to you or to your department, or do they go to somebody else?
They can go to the public relations, or it can be done internally. They can write a report or seek an audience with the head of department and all the relevant persons, and they can have a discussion there as to how they go forward.
Okay.
So what's a day-to-day operation like within your various departments? You get to work at what time?
We start at 8.
At 8? Okay. So you get in at 8. So what's a typical day like?
A typical day will be like start 8 o'clock. First thing you'll start to do, people come to the police record and collect back the police record. Then you will do requests for a police report that people come and apply for. When the report come back, you do it, you prepare it, send it to the typist, and that's basically it. On a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Well, for me, I would say most times it's very busy for me because civilians are coming in a lot. They always have a question as to, okay, what do I need to do to become a police, or if they're interested in somebody for them. Well, we deal with noting of leave, vacation, sick leave. We get a lot of telephone calls sometimes to ask different questions about leave as well. Because you have to go through certain procedures to get vacation and sick leave and so on, things like that. That's like the day-to-day running. Phones and persons coming in, and persons also who come in to launch their applications.
Okay. So is it generally like, well, I know you said yours is generally busy, but what about you? Is it generally busy as well?
Yes, that's be generally.
Yeah. And what's
most time you have more than one report to deal with, and plus the public. As you say, the public does call, so it does have to answer questions sometimes.
Okay. And when it comes to the police reports, what's the turnover time like in terms of I apply for one? How long do I have to wait to get it?
Well, once you apply, as soon as you apply, we send out the application soonest to the station that you made the report. And the sooner they send it back, the report is done.
Okay.
One time.
And police report and criminal record, it's not the same thing, right?
No.
So-
Records deal with the applying for police records to know if your record is clean.
Right. So that's you, right?
You apply upstairs by us.
Okay.
But they have a criminal records office that process after you don't apply.
Right. Oh, so would you be able to answer that question? How long it takes to get the police record?
2 days.
Okay. Yeah.
No, because you both work with people, your job involves interacting with people a lot. I'm going to be bold and assume that it is very stressful because everybody that has to deal with people in their jobs, they find it very stressful. You have to deal with different personalities, So I'm not going to ask you if it is stressful, but I will ask you how challenging is it on a daily basis?
Well, for me personally, I try to keep that balance where I don't get frustrated because sometimes they come and their approach, their demeanor is not very professional. So I try to keep calm and professional with them, give them the opposite of what they're giving to me so that we can have a smooth discussion, try to calm them down, try to get to the source of whatever issue is bothering them, and just keep clear communication. That's how I handle it.
Okay.
Okay, well, for me, if I go to
All right.
the
Talk
public,
into the mic a
if
little
I go
more.
to the public and one come with certain type of behavior, and I see that I cannot handle it, I will call my superior to deal with it. If I cannot get to calm them down while I'm trying, I'll call somebody else to assist
Okay.
so that it don't get out of hand.
And what is the composition of your team like? Like, how many persons do you work with?
Currently, we have in the office 5 police officers. We have an ASP, an inspector, and 3 constables, including me, a corporal.
Okay.
My staff is pretty small. So we have a station sergeant, a corporal of police, myself, the constable, and we have an auxiliary on board as well.
Oh, it's interesting. The auxiliary is there. I didn't know auxiliary was also could be involved in
She is involved in certain aspects of things, not everything.
Okay. All right.
So with a not too big staff and the stress of, well, with a lot of the amount of things that you would have to deal with daily, how do you prioritize needs? How do you prioritize what needs to? I may come in and I may come to you with something now this morning, and somebody else may come to you with something that's more pressing than my issue. How do you deal with those? Do you have if you have, something like that?
Okay, well, for our department, human resource, once we have our full staff, we would delegation is done. So I would deal with one set of things. The NCO in charge would deal with something else. Miss Cain, our auxiliary, she would deal with something else. So I think that's how we get through the day. We just delegate and everybody just deal with something. So that helps a lot.
Okay.
Okay, basically the same thing. We split up the work evenly between officers, so no one will have more than one and feel pressured.
All right. I like to hear that evenly distribution of work. Very good. All right. So to Peters, what is righteous buying? Oh, so I think there might be a typo in this. Okay. I thought it was a term that was being used. So, all right. So I would skip that. So with regards to accountability of government property, could you speak a little bit on that? Because you said that there is an accounts department. So could speak about what the accounts department does.
I cannot go deep into what the account department does, but the account department, if you want something, you have to do a requisition form. It goes through them. So they will verify and check to see what you are requesting for, that you need it. Then when we purchase it, we'll log it into the storeroom. So they'd have a record, and then you will go and sign for it. So that's how we keep accountability.
Okay, so this is the different the different stations and different departments. So let's say police garage needs some equipment.
Right.
Is it that?
They come through us by the accounts department.
Okay.
So they apply it through the police headquarters.
Okay. All right. And y'all have your own audit
Yes, auditors come
from, okay. Okay. Oh, right. I didn't ask you a question. Sorry. All right. So let us know what the recruitment and onboarding process is like for somebody who has put in an application to become a police officer. I guess they would get a call to say to come in for an interview. What happens when I send in an application? Oh, no. Even before I could send in an application, what do I need to have? Qualifications, character, I suppose. What is that about in terms of applying to become a police officer?
Okay. So before you apply, you must be a Vincentian citizen. You must be between the age of 18 to 29 years. That's where you use the application forms and so on. You must have good moral character, and you should not have a criminal record. Some documents that is required as well is your birth certificate, 2 passport size photographs, 3 recent testimonials, and you must make sure that these persons are reputable persons. And if you're married or divorced, you bring those documents as well. So that's the first step.
Okay. I see good moral character, but who determines who has good moral character though?
Well, you have 3 testimonials, 3 persons who recommending you. Also, once the application process comes through, and if you are selected, the police definitely do some vetting, some investigations are launched, so that we make sure that we have the best coming into the system.
Okay. And after I send in my application, you've done all the checks, etc. What happens there? You give me a call? I come in for an interview?
Yes, well, as you come in for different interviews, you do different things. You receive a different instruction every time. So you would then know, we would give you a call to tell you now you have to come to see whoever the commissioner of police or whoever, so you would come in for that, and we would give you certain instructions as well.
Okay. Oh, so it's a series of interviews?
Well, not per se, but steps. You have to go through different steps.
All right. Can you shed light on what some of these steps are?
Okay, so as I said, you'd be vetted to make sure you have that good moral character, and once that flies nicely, you would then do a comprehensive medical, because we must make sure that you are healthy or strong enough to take on this job, because this job is not easy. So you have to have some level of fitness and so on, and then you would do a physical fitness test, right? And then you do some polygraphing, and once everything goes well, you just wait for further instructions for training.
Okay. And then, okay. All right. Curious question though. So I noticed that a fitness test is done for when they enter, when they're about to enter. But what about while they are officers? What happens afterwards?
Well, the police force does not hire children. As I mentioned earlier, you have to be between the age of 18 to 29. And I would say that everyone is responsible for their fitness. It's your general well-being, to keep healthy, to keep fit. So that is on you. You would have had a standard in the beginning of the recruitment process. So it's vital that you keep up with it.
Okay. All right.
But they're normally, sometimes the guys have little fitness programs here and there and so on. I know the females have a program as well where you can go afternoons at 5 and do a little workout and so on. So, but it's you're supposed to be responsible for your fitness.
Okay. So no checks for them, like after every 5 years and so. Peters, no checks for y'all like after 5 years to make sure you're physically fit.
Officer Spence is upon yourself to take your health in control and deal with it.
All right.
Officer Peters, I could be wrong. I don't know if it is because you're nervous, but you seem a little like you're an introvert. Maybe you're a little quiet. You're a little quiet, and you seem fairly young from here. So has that, if I'm correct in saying in thinking that you are young and you are quiet, how does that affect your duty? Has that affected your daily duties in terms of persons and the level of respect that they give to you when they come to you to do a transaction?
No. Everyone comes and they respect me. Even though I might look young and I'm quiet, they give the respect. I don't be disrespectful to no one, so they don't be disrespectful to me. Speak to them calm and nice.
Okay. That's great, because a lot of persons like to say, "Oh, you're young and you can't tell me, talk to me a certain way," to certain officers. Now, you both have small teams, and one of the things that we usually ask the officers that come here for this particular series is, how do you keep up the morale among yourselves? You're walking in stress. The people that are coming in are maybe stressing you out. Some of them. How do you keep yourself focused? How do you keep each other going? And what is that thing that keeps you going to the job every day instead of saying, I'm done with this and I'm leaving this up to somebody else? People too stressful.
Okay. We at headquarters, we are like a family. We'll go out and lime together. Sometimes we have little office limes. When we get together, we always interact. So everyone treated like a brother and a sister, so you feel good coming to work. Nobody tagging down to you. And things like that.
Lovely.
For human resource, as we are small, we are close. We have a lot of healthy discussions. So I think that gets us through. We encourage each other and we just push and get the work done.
Okay. All right, let's probably take a break and we come back.
Yeah. So we're going to take an ad break here, listeners. And when we come back, you can call us if you have questions for the officers, if you have comments as well. 457-9997.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Do you spin a dial to make a call on your rotary phone from the 60s?
No.
Are you driving an unreliable and risky automobile made in the 1900s?
Of course not.
Are you still fiddling with an antenna to get good signal on your black and white television from the 20s?
Really?
Then why are you still stuck in the past, sitting on an unintelligent 1930s design toilet? That's right, 1930s design. What does your bathroom say about you? Don't get left behind. The future is now. Be smart. Be progressive. Get yourself a smart toilet seat or a complete toilet today at one of our 4 authorized hardware stores. General Hardware, Gibson's Building Supplies, Lane's Hardware, or Miners Hardware. For more information, you can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website, justwashit.vc.
At Lynch Caribbean, yes, we offer comprehensive insurance solutions and broking. But we are more than an insurance broker. We drill down to your core business strategy. We keep a pulse on risk to keep your operations healthy.
On your mark, get set.
Along the way, helping you to drive competitive advantages. At Lynch Caribbean, we have your back. Contact us today for insurance solutions, strategic risk advisory, and more. Call 453-3300. Email info@lynchcaribbean.com or visit our office in Beachmont, Kingstown. Follow Lynch Caribbean SVG on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, or visit www.lynchcaribbean.com.
That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost no grip on the road. Safety is a factor that should never be overlooked when it comes to your car or whatever you drive. SVG Tire Sales and Services in Falls Avenue and in Arnisvale carries a wide selection of quality new tires to fit any car, truck, minibus, or SUV, so you can experience a comfortable and safe commute every time. We are agents for the world's most reliable brands on and off the road, including Kenda Tires, the king of the mountain, Cooper Tires, king of the road and track, Ostone, the king of the outback, and High Fly, the king of the Asian highway. We also carry new tires for light or heavy-duty trucks from MRF, High Fly, and Linglong. A reliable set of new tires keep you, your passengers, and your payload always in the safe lane. So when you need quality tires with reliability at 100%, choose SVG Tire Sales and Services in Kingstown, 457-1467, or in Arnisvale, 456-6444. SVG Tire Sales and Services. Performance and reliability proven when the rubber meets the road.
I dream I carry Michael Jackson to Kendra's yard sale. And when Michael starts sitting, he ball out. Yeah! And then the man drop down. Yeah, heaven sweet. But trust me, Michael won't come back for this one. Friday and Saturday, October 10th and 11th. It's on at Kendra's Aluminum Products Factory Compound, Camden Park. And you know, the price is low on aluminum windows, metal doors, wooden doors, P-trap, S-trap toilets, basins with pedestals and cabinets, vanities, bathtubs, kitchen sinks, built-in oven, hot sets, automatic sliding and swing gate opener, kitchen appliances from Jake's Kitchen, and so much more. Watch sweetness. Gates open at 8 a.m. Come through Friday and Saturday, October 10th and 11th. And don't surprise if you see Michael Jackson in the crowd.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
We are back with our Cop Chat discussion here on WEFM's Activated Mornings, and we're continuing the series. We are in part 4 of the Unsung Heroes of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. This morning, we are speaking with officers from the Police Headquarters and Human Resource Department. If you have questions for the officers, you can give us a call, 457-9997. And with that number, you can reach us on WhatsApp as well as our direct line. Okay, and we have a call.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning to the operators and good morning to the officers there.
Morning.
Two questions I like to confirm from the officers. One, the police don't do no exam again, educational exam to join the force again.
Is an exam done for them to join the force?
Not necessarily, because the requirement is for 5 CXCs levels.
Okay.
Maybe there might be a special circumstance, maybe, but generally, most times now, persons apply, they're very qualified.
I see. And the second question is, you spoke about filing your vacation and so on. You don't. Let's say you're working in Georgetown and you want to go on your vacation leave. Those leaves normally come to headquarters to be noted before that to go back to the station.
Okay, so I would have to explain. For somebody in working in Georgetown, everybody has to do their 2 vacation forms that has to be filled out, and then they have to be approved from the officer, a gazetted officer, and then after that, now they would write up a leave pass that has to be recommended by the person they're working directly with, and then it is then sent off to be signed again by the deputy or somebody of that rank structure, and then that's where they have the approval, and then they check out and proceed on their leave. So everybody has to go through that process of the forms and etc.
Okay.
Yeah, you good?
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
There was a question here on the live. Somebody asked, what happens if someone makes a complaint on a police officer's conduct? That's, I don't know.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, after you go to the public relations, because that's the respective department that deals with those situations, an internal investigation would be carried out. So the commissioner and all the relevant persons would handle that situation.
All right, so remember that the phone lines are open. The number to be interactive with us is 457-9997. All right, so to Corporal Peters, you made mention of permission for events. Persons come to your department to get that form, but how far in advance would persons need to get the form to get approval before they can have an event? What is wise for persons to note?
Okay. You don't have to get a form. You can write a letter applying. So there's no form available. You do a letter and you drop it off. We prefer for people to bring it in a week ahead of the event.
Oh, so how was it turnover time for that in terms of response as well? 2 days? Is it the same 2 days? I'm just joking, but anyway.
Okay. If you bring the application today, we'll process it today. And by the next day, you will be able to let a response to know if your event is approved or not.
And what are some of the things so if I'm doing this letter, what all do I need to state in this letter to make the process of application a little bit easier?
Right. So you apply
approval a little bit easier.
You address it to the Commissioner of Police and you state the event that you're going to have, the time, the location, and if there needs to be security.
And by security, I mean police?
Yes.
Okay.
Because most events, you have to have police security at the events.
Okay. So would you indicate how many? Okay. So is it a case where you say how many patrons you're expecting?
Yeah, you
how
can say that. That will be easier to determine how much security you will need. But you have to do a site visit also.
Oh, the police have to do a site visit?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the cutoff time for most events in Vinci, by the way? Is it supposed to be 2, especially in residential areas? Yeah? So in the letter you indicate that my event is from 8 to 2?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you do the site visit before you approve or before you give them the approval?
Yes, you will call them after they bring the letter. If they request to use Victoria Park, you do a site visit. You give them an amount of security. And if they want, they go ahead. And then we approve it after. If you accept what the police said at the site visit.
Okay. And what are some of the things that they would say at the site visit?
Well, some public might say this is too much security, but too much security is never bad. The more the better.
Okay. And is this an additional cost to the person who is organizing the event for the police security?
Yes, please.
So that has to be is it a set price or does it
It's a set price.
per officer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We will know the price on air?
No.
No? Okay. All right. All right. So to Mrs. Simmons Spence. So we know that HR is generally a department that seeks to help to motivate staff. Like different activities help to motivate staff for staff retention, etc. Right? Does your department actually do this, or is it done by the different departments? And by this I mean, so there are times when recognition and awards go a long way for many officers. I know that CID tends to have their own events, but from the HR standpoint, do you tend to do or organize different activities or events for maybe the entire force on a whole?
No, please.
Okay.
Every department come together and they decide what they want to do to celebrate, recognize. So it's a department thing most time. But sometimes there's a general thing like Christmas time where the police come and get their public recognition differently, but it doesn't always happen. So mostly it's a department thing.
Okay, so that Christmas time activity, would that be organized from you, from your department?
No, please, not from HR.
Oh. Okay, we can't be whispering on air, right? Is it the case where it's headquarters who would organize like that Christmas event?
The police carrying.
Oh, I suppose whatever staff recognition activity happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to speak a little bit more of that?
Which event specifically? The police.
Well, me,
Police carrying.
Okay, so more whispering is happening. All right. Okay, so maybe you can speak on it. Can you?
Not my department, please. Yeah, we're not responsible for that.
Okay. So but when you see, let's say, a department, let's say RRU hasn't had an event for a while. I know that's for sure. It seems like CID has something every year. But if you see like a department like RRU hasn't had for a while, or whichever other department, do you sort of like send a message and say, well, you know, what you're doing for your staff or what you're doing for your officers, you know, what you're doing to help to motivate and to keep them, you know, feeling as if they are a part of the force and they're valued and they're appreciated. Do you sometimes sound like a little reminder?
No, we don't. No, we don't. As I mentioned, every department do different. They're different, so they will do what they love. Because let's say, for example, HR might like to go to the beach for a picnic. Another department may not like that. They might prefer to have a dinner. So every department organizes different things for their persons.
Okay.
For their personnel.
Okay, so you don't go with that thing and say, well, you need to do something for your staff or for your team.
No, please, ma'am.
Okay.
On those days when you're having those special events, perhaps like an outing or so, for those officers who have to remain on duty, what happens? Do they like you switch them out so next time you're having an event, they would be a part of it, and maybe somebody who was there before would be on duty at that time? Or how does that work? Because I mean, somebody has to be on duty at all times. So somebody getting left out of something, I can imagine.
Well, I won't say no one is left out, because sometimes, even though you're on duty, you can invite one or two persons from that team, and that person can carry back a little drink or a snack from
That
the
sounds good. Okay.
So we don't leave out anyone.
Great. Do you do leave forms for auxiliary police as well? You deal with those things?
Yes, please. At HR, we have forms for apply generally for police, auxiliary, traffic warden, tourist police. Yes, we
not Coast Guard.
No, Coast Guard recruits differently. You would have to go to the Coast Guard base and get the application form.
Okay, and what type of leave are officers entitled to?
Okay, so generally you can have vacation leave. You're also entitled to a specific amount of sick leave per year. Also, females who give birth, you're entitled to 3 months maternity leave, and the males have paternity leave as well.
How long is it paternity leave?
3 days.
Okay.
And if you lose someone close to you as well, a family member, sympathy leave as well. 3 days locally, 5 days regional or international.
Explain that to me. I'm not quite fine.
God forbid I lose my mother or father.
Mhm.
I can get 3 days sympathy leave once my mother is here in St. Vincent.
Okay.
If she is abroad, I would get 5 days.
So this is in the event that you're traveling, or why?
Yes, because if she's abroad, if her body is abroad, we'll get 5 days.
But if I'm not traveling, okay, leave it. I would leave it. Okay. Question to you though, with regards to your department as well, do you receive training, HR training in particular for the team? I know that the other officers in different departments, they would get training, but what about for you in your department?
Well, we do internal training from time to time. Customer service, different things. We do things internally.
Okay. All right. You got customer service training too?
Internal.
Okay. All right.
How long does somebody need to be in the force for before they have the leave benefits?
So if you do 10 years, you will get gratuity, and 20 years you get pension and gratuity. 10 years, 20 years you benefit.
So for something like vacation, is it as soon as I join the force, I have vacation, or do I have to be working for a number of years before I'm entitled to vacation?
Okay. So after 1 year of service, a police officer is entitled to vacation after 1 year from when they take the oath.
And that would
enlistment.
That would be the same for auxiliary, same 1 year?
Yes.
And is there a mandatory amount of vacation that officers need to take per year? Because I note that there are times when persons don't go on vacation and their vacation, it adds up, right? But is there something in place that says mandatory, you have to take at least 7 days per year or whatever the case might be?
So it is always recommended mandatory that you take 12 days vacation per year.
Okay.
Right? If you don't, you would have to do a deferral, what is called a deferral, so that those days can be transferred to the following year. So that's what safeguards you to keep your days.
But is this on the officer to try to remember and to keep track, or would your department remind them? Because remember, sometimes persons are busy and it's kind of challenging, depending on where you are, to take vacation. So do you like send a reminder to say, well, you know, it's getting close to, well, maybe not end of the year, because it's getting well, let me use end of the year. It's getting close to end of the year. Maybe by about September, if you haven't seen anybody taking vacation, do you alert persons? What?
Well, normally vacation, I believe everybody loves vacation. So day to day, we receive a lot of calls from persons asking, how much days I have. Do I qualify for this? Do I qualify for that? So we don't really have to remind. They normally call or they come in personally to get that information.
Okay. And what times of the year are officers not allowed to take vacation?
Okay, so if there is a major event, like if we have a natural disaster, the authorities will normally stop the leave. Carnival time, leave is also stopped, and there's a cutoff period by December 15th. So you should be on vacation before that. Apply for vacation before the 15th of December.
Okay. Elections might also factor into that?
Definitely.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Okay. I have a curious question as you were talking about these things, and I'm thinking here how much you have to keep track. do you have any part of your system that is digital, or are you still using books?
Parts of it. Parts of books.
Mm.
Digital, yes.
Okay.
So you're using HR tools. All right. So I think we could probably just about wrap it up. Is there anything that you want to leave with us as the listeners? Let's start because you're the only man in the room. We will say men first this time. Okay. So
To the general public, I will say, when a police approach you, don't go to them hostile. Respect them. Listen to them, hear what they have to say. Don't go with that anger towards them and frustrate them.
Okay.
Yes, I like that Peter's touched on that. Respect goes both ways. Sometimes the hostility is not necessary. So sometimes people forget that police officers are human beings as well. So, respect is mutual. So let's respect each other, have proper dialogue, and everything would go smoothly most times.
Okay.
And with that, we have come to the end of our Cup Chat discussion. This morning, we had joining us in studio Officer Tamika Simmons Spence, who is in the Human Resources Department, and Corporal Jeroy Peters, who is at police headquarters. And we were speaking on the topic, the Unsung Heroes of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, Part 4, Headquarters and Human Resource Department. Thank you, officers, for joining us. Spence will probably be seeing you again. Peters will definitely be seeing you again. Until then, have a great day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you. You're welcome.